The Necromancer is not what we thought. It's now been a couple of days since the Necromancer tower was released, and as I'm recording this video, it's become pretty apparent that it has some issues. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out some of these issues. So basically, I'm just going to play Solo Fallen with Necromancer. Of course, we're going to use it to win. I'm just taking a pretty standard loadout with 2 eco towers so that I'll be making absolute bank. But yeah, before we get started, let's just talk about the base Necromancer here. This thing costs 1,800 gems and it's only available for Halloween. A few days ago, I actually made a video reviewing this. And yeah, at the time, I was really excited to finally see a brand new tower, especially one that's here for an event. One that costs gems so that it's presumably really good. So I had plenty of reasons to be happy in the video, but we just unfortunately have to face the facts here. And that's because it is currently not that great. Oh, by the way, I do have some information from, TDS themselves regarding the Necromancer, which I will mention later on in the video. In the meantime, of course, need to get through this early game, need to farm, need to upgrade my cowboys, just do whatever it takes, because the first level is 2,250. A pretty comparable thing for that price would be the minigunner, and Necromancer is not exactly a minigunner. Here come heavies, by the way. Yeah, that'll be no problem. I already have 2 level 3 farms on wave 7, and I'm making money from a cowboy. So yeah, I'm gonna skip here. I think I'm just gonna upgrade this farm and then get another cowboy. Alright, I have $2,000. I can't afford the Necromancer, but I'm gonna decide not to because, well, just look at the damage it does. It does 8 damage every 1.5 seconds. That's 6 DPS. These cowboys do more. It's actually cheaper to get one of these cowboys than getting a Necromancer. And keep in mind, these things make money, so there's just no reason to get a Necromancer right now for me. I know Necromancer has the ability to spawn its skeletons, but like, it really more feels to me like that ability is an indicator that your defenses are just failing. Also, this is so much money that I got all my level 3 farms on wave 11. That is insane. Of course, that's not enough for me, so I'm gonna spam down a bunch more cowboys to make even more money. And then, of course, I need 1 cowboy. I'm gonna put it far back. That's going to be level 3 just for the shadows. And that's because, I really want these cowboys to be doing all the damage because they make the most money. Alright, so we skipped quite a bit here. It's currently wave 19. I'm making plenty of money. And I skipped here because I'm almost done maxing my farms. I do want to max my farms before going for any Necromancers, just because this thing is so ridiculously expensive. Okay, and there we go. Wave 21. Fully maxed all of my farms. I'm gonna get down a couple more cowboys, and now let's get down a Necromancer. Now this thing right now is doing 8 damage per second, and it's only doing that much because we have a commander ability. And yeah, basically we're paying $2,200 for it to do like 6 damage per second. Do you understand? If I were to place down a few scouts, that would already be better damage per second. And you see these graves right here? Let me just spawn these in. They have 20 HP. Do you know this? How that made no impact. And yeah, that's because 20 HP is really not enough if you're paying $2,250. This upgrade is actually crazy good. Consider this: you're paying 2,250 for Necromancer to do 6 damage per second. This upgrade basically makes that number more than triple. You're paying $750 to make it do more than triple the damage. That is, of course, if you're able to have it pierce. But that's not impossible. If you get a good spot, then yeah, it theoretically isn't that hard to get just 1 upgrade on the Necromancer to be so much better. Alright, also check this out. I spawned the skeletons. No. You cannot feasibly use Necromancer at the front of your defenses because, well, you see, the issue is that skeletons instantly get killed. Also, it seems like we have a little bit of a struggle. I'm gonna just get an accelerator back here to destroy anything that gets in the area. But alright, okay. So you get a few upgrades. Boom. This one spawns sword skeletons. Here, keep an eye out on what happens when I use the ability. The Necromancer stops attacking. And we paid $2,000 to get 2 sword skeletons. And 2 pretty weak sword skeletons, but okay, let's give this some more time to put down some stronger graves. Also, this thing completely stops attacking while it's putting down graves, which is stupid because there's stuff like engineer, which yes, it stops, but that's like it doesn't matter. Also, look at this. What's the point? What's just the point? I've invested $5,000 into this, and I can tell you that if I invested just into 1 accelerator, I probably would be seeing better results. But alright, So after, you know, the first two upgrades being relatively cheap, you're suddenly thrown into the third one, which is super expensive. $10,000. This one makes it do significantly more damage, actually 25 instead of 10. And it can spawn new types of skeletons. But before that, let's just spawn these in. You see, what do we get? We get several sword skeletons that, yeah, that happens to them. You see, the glitches didn't even realize that they hit anything. My goodness. Okay, let's get this upgrade. This one, now it actually does pretty good damage while it attacks. The issue is, it needs to, it misses. Are you seeing this right now? Here, I'm just going to play it back on the screen. That thing was shooting and none of its shots were gaining it any charge. Now, I'm going to be honest, that doesn't exactly, you know, paint the Necromancer in the best light. But alright, these are the better graves now. Let's actually just spawn those in. And, instantly dead. And, those had hundreds of HP, by the way. You see these little breakers? These breakers, once they pop, they can kind of one-shot skeletons. Now, I know some people knew about this, but I'm assuming most people didn't. And might I say, I am quite disappointed. In what world does it make sense for the 400 HP skeletons that I'm spawning to be one-shot by a 30 HP breaker? Does that sound fair to you guys? I don't think that sounds fair. Look, I'm just demonstrating again. Skeletons spawn in. It's not even the glitches. There was two 400 HP skeletons. Nothing. Look at this beauty back here. Do you see this beauty back here? You can win hardcore like 2 more times and go from this thing that you pay how much? Over $15,000 for it not to be able to kill any breakers, to this, which can absolutely annihilate anything you put up against it. Let's actually place another one down because there's a tank next round. And you know what? Let's actually get a dark hold for this one. This is $30,000. Keep in mind, I could have maxed my accelerators for that price, or well, pretty much. And now let's look at the damage it does. This is actually pretty good. I mean, for something I'm paying as much money as I am for, this is good. Now let's spawn the skeletons. Oh, look at that. Great. Great. Absolutely fantastic. If you want your skeletons, well, sucks to suck because you have to wait a few seconds for them to spawn in, and even at that, the Necromancer isn't exactly truthful with what it spawns, right? So we had max level graves, but when I spawned my stuff, the tank took less than 1,000 damage. That's because unfortunately this stupid thing can't tell us what power these graves are at. You have to let this guy do damage for much longer for his graves to actually spawn good stuff than when these graves become max level. So max level graves doesn't actually mean max level skeletons. It means, you know, decent skeletons. But alright, the accelerators are going to wipe this out. Let's spawn in these skeletons and actually see what it gives us. Now this is great. It gave us 3 hollow guards with 700 HP that just died to breakers. Are you starting to see some issues here? It's basically impossible to use Necromancer, not even at the front, just anywhere where the enemies are still alive. If you're using Necromancer, you need it further back. So, let's actually get one further back. And look at this one. This one has been attacking for a while. Let's see what skeletons this one spawns. Oh my god, I paid 30,000? Yep, I paid 30,000 for this. 65 HP skeletons, 700 HP. Oh my god. I don't know how the TDS developers let this happen. I mean, this one's been attacking for a while. Maybe this one's gonna spawn in something good. Boom. Here go a bunch of hollow guards. And 1 executioner skeleton. By the way, this is the reason you're maxing your graveyard. This executioner skeleton is the only reason. Oh, it died to a breaker. Man, I don't. Man, all the excitement for this tower is just gone. Look at how cool this thing is. Just the idea. Spawning these amazing looking graves. Looking like this. Having a super cool attack. And then the skeletons that it spawns just... Nope. Nope, they're just dead. This is exactly why I brought Accelerator. Because even though these are both gem towers, the amount of times Accelerator is better than Necromancer is in the triple digits. There's just not a single event where you would want a Necromancer over an Accelerator. Let's spawn in some skeletons. Maybe this has been enough. Oh, why is it... What? Okay. Maybe this has been enough time. Oh, not a single Executioner one. One shot by breakers again. Fantastic. So, I think you're starting to see the issue here. The fact that this thing gets one shot is a pretty big issue. But yeah, this tower is so RNG. Basically, every time you can get skeletons, they're random. So last time we had an Executioner, This time we have whatever, this. Now let's wait for these graves to max out, use it again, and yeah, basically the same stuff again. Anytime there's stuff that's RNG in TDS that's not really appreciated, you know, they removed mysteries for a reason. Basically, you'll have to hope that the Necromancer is good. I just don't understand. Look at this. I just used that ability. Okay, this one actually spawned 2 executioners. Not terrible. Maybe it's because I let it attack longer. And yeah, executioners actually, these are good, except for the fact that they keep walking and basically just waste themselves on garbage. You might be thinking it's too OP to make them stop, but you can already see how un-OP. Oh, by the way, look, there's no breakers this time. Look how little of a dent this makes on the giant bosses. That killed like 2 of them. You know what one accelerator can do? All of them. So it's already been established that this is a bad Necromancer spot, so I'm actually just going to straight up sell it and move it. I'm going to get the Necromancers right here. Here's a last issue with the Necromancer. Basically, you see these accelerators? If the Fallen King is here, they're fine. If he's here, they're also fine. The Necromancers, though, if they're here, you know, they can still use the skeletons on the Fallen King. Once he's here, though, your skeletons are kind of pointless. And in fact, if I wanted to reuse these Necromancers, right, so I'm going to sell them, and I'm going to place them back here, well, have fun doing that, because now your graves have to build up back from level 0. And look at this. Not enough time for them to even get strong. Oh, there they go. After the Fallen King has walked like this much, that's when they mark themselves. Yeah, I think I've shown you quite a bit at this point. The Necromancer is not a good tower right now. But the news that I have about Necromancer from TDS is that it's thankfully not staying like this for long. They're going to rebalance this Necromancer. Hopefully they're going to make it good. But 1,800 gems and $130,000 worth of defense for a single 30 HP breaker to take it all down? That doesn't seem right. But hopefully this informed you, so like, subscribe, use StarCode, and see ya.